Hey, I profited 128 grand last month. My goal is to profit 167K a month, and this is a day-by-day breakdown of how I'm doing it. A little bit anticlimactic here. We are just under 50,000 subscribers in the main channel. I think I will probably hit it at some point in the next hour. I didn't really know if I wanted to like record a video while I was just watching my little sub count thing go up. I'm not really super, I don't know, I don't really care about stuff like that too much, to be honest. But I guess it would be kind of cool to immortalize this moment. So maybe I will, who knows? Yeah, 50K subs is awesome because it's like halfway to 100K and halfway to when they give you that sexy silver plaque. I've obviously been growing substantially faster on YouTube over the course of the last little bit, over the course of the last like month and a half or so than I ever had been before. My maximum number of subscribers gained in a month is this month. I don't think I've gained more than 9,000 subscribers in a month, and that's basically what the preceding 30 days have been like. So that's pretty cool. Let's just jump into our Q&A. Let me open up my little drawing apps to make it really easy. We've got 129 subs on the daily update channel, which is cool. Let's go over to community and let's just source some questions. We'll start from the bottom. Sway said, thank you, man. I really appreciate your questions. Brendan says, hey, Nick, what are your thoughts on the niche of one? The idea is you don't need a niche. Just talk about whatever you want and people will come. Well, I think this is a pretty interesting idea. So this is basically what this is basically what I did when I started YouTube, right? I think it's less so that you don't need a niche, just talk about whatever you want and people will come. And if we're being pragmatic, I think what actually ends up happening is you end up like finding the niche as you talk about stuff. Like you end up, maybe you don't end up finding the niche, but people, like the niche exists, or there are subsets of people that exist in all of the niches that are related to the things that you're talking about. Just like me, right? Automation, entrepreneurship. I think I helped like grow make.com substantially. If I wasn't around, that niche would actually be smaller, right? So, I'm not saying it's all or nothing. It's certainly like not a permissive thing. And you can certainly create a niche if you are big enough and you gain enough momentum. But if we're just being pragmatic here, like the vast majority of people that are watching this video, they probably don't have that much momentum. They don't have that much of a viewer base. And so it's difficult for them to really influence like the course of a niche, if we're being real. I think you could talk about whatever you wanted and people would come. And you could do that all day for a very long period of time. I think, it could work, but it wouldn't work fast. You'd probably get a very engaged audience of people because you do sort of find the people that tick all the right boxes, the people that, like your specific blend of humor and comedy, how you look, how you sound like, the way that you explain things on the screen. But it'll probably just take a lot longer. So realistically, if I were you, what I would do is instead of just doing the whole niche of one thing from the get-go, I would probably start with like 3 or 4 niches that you're testing out. Iterate quickly and kind of figure out what gives you a disproportionate return on your investment with content. And then once you know what gives you that disproportionate ROI, then start creating content commonly and as often as possible. And I think just as you do so, and just as you start testing the limits of some other ideas while you're talking about the content, you sort of become your own niche, as you were mentioning. That's much faster because then you get to cut the learning curve substantially. Like if I could just graph what I think this would look like is if you do like the niche of one, let's not do rainbow. Not today. If you do niche of one, your growth is basically like this. It takes forever, right? I think if you do like a defined niche, your growth would probably look like this. And then like as you develop your own specific style, you don't have that. Like I guess what I'm trying to say is like you're going to get the same upswing at the end anyway, just because network effects and growth tends to be exponential. But you don't have to deal with like that crazy lag. So I don't know, I might be wrong, but this is the way that I see it. And this is definitely the approach that I'm taking to content. Also, what are your plans when the viability of automation agencies gets more saturated and declines like SMMAs? I don't necessarily think that this is inevitable. Like I think social media, I think that definitely did happen with SMMAs. But I don't necessarily think that it's like the industry is going to decline. I don't think there's going to be time for the industry to decline. Like I don't think there's time for the same thing that happened to SMMA as a business model to happen to the AI automation business model, simply because by the time that we get to that point, like AI will be so good, it'll do the vast majority of stuff for us anyway. Like it's not just like our industry is going to decline. It's like every industry on planet Earth is basically going to decline. So this is certainly like a market opportunity. And, I want to say like if this is the total size of the market opportunity right now, I don't know. We're probably at like this. Sorry, that's way too much. We're probably at like this right now. So we filled up like 60-ish%. And that 60%, like, me just spitballing with the technology stack that I use. Realistically, there are new technologies coming out every day, new approaches coming out every day, new things that you can do with this technology. So this is really just mine. What that means is, I mean, like we're filling up pretty quick, right? And it's not unlikely that over the course of the next 6 months or so, maybe we get to like here or something. But there's still a lot of space, right? There's still a lot of space. And so if you're not already in it, don't just wait on the sidelines, man. Like actually jump in, take action, like make a business, start doing stuff. Okay, let me just take a big fat sip of this coffee. It's not real coffee. It's a little bit later today. I would not be drinking coffee at 3:51 p.m. If I drink if I drink a single drop of coffee after noon, I'm up for the entire night. It's crazy. I'm like hypersensitive to this stuff. I must have weak ass kidneys. Who knows? Okay, Yan says, how do you combine so much getting done with playing League of Legends? How many hours a week do you work on average? What is the percentage between actually doing stuff, admin, innovative tasks, and learning? P.S. I'm not trolling. Yeah, it's cool. I really don't play too many video games. The League of Legends is with a buddy of mine that I don't really have the chance to see very often. And so it's just sort of like a mutual meeting ground where we just bullshit for half an hour or so. So like, I don't have like a crippling video game addiction or anything. I think if you did, it would be very difficult. Like, I don't think, Elon Musk started playing Diablo. I don't think he's like, cripplingly addicted to Diablo or anything. So, yeah, it's not like an all or nothing sort of equation, right? Like you can play a game or you can, I don't know, have some vice or habit like in Netflix and you can still make a ton of money. Trust me. How many hours a week do I work on average? What's the percentage between actually doing stuff, admin, innovative tasks, and learning? Rise tells me it's something like 50 to 60 hours a week right now. So 50 to 60 hours, not like in the Monday to Friday 5-day like most people do. I do 50 to 60 hours basically like every day of the week. So ends up being like 8-ish hours a day, I would say. But I should note that like I don't spend all that time like actively racking my brain, right? Like a lot of it is low stakes work. A lot of it now is like community management. I spend at least an hour a day every day doing community management, which is 12 to 15% of my entire week. I'm doing stuff like responding to YouTube comments. Like basically, you know what I'm doing? Honestly, I'm doing a lot more of the stuff that doesn't scale at this point. Stuff like manually responding to people, because I think like counterintuitively it kind of does scale because nobody else is doing it. Like nobody else can justify the time spent like responding to YouTube comments and stuff. So that's why my engagement's so much better than theirs. But I can, and I think I set up my time as effectively as possible so that like again, if I just were to do a little drawing example. If everybody else's time, this is your little time, but let's use a League of Legends health bar as a thing. Like if this is like a whole like week and this is how much time is actually spent like productive, I think realistically, like I'm probably over here. This is either a train or a poorly drawn cock. Anyway, I think I'm like over here. I think the vast majority of people are like over here, if that. So while it's true that I do work like bulk, like I work a lot more than most people do. I think my 50 to 60 hours is worth like 4 weeks of another person doing like 40 hours a week, if that makes sense. So the key there is I just do like, at least when it comes to content, if you think about content, content is really high leverage. So all the time that I spend doing content or I guess responding to my community and stuff, it seems really, really big, right? But if you think about it from my perspective, like what am I doing? I'm recording one video right now. It's 8 minutes already. It's probably going to be like 15 or 20 minutes by the time I'm done. And then like if the average watch time is 8 minutes and I get like 1,000 views on that, then I turn my 15 minutes into 8,000 minutes, which is like a massive leverage, massive multiplier. You think it's a lot because you see me everywhere and you're in my community and ecosystem, but if we're being real, it's not like that. It's not like I'm doing more than like a big entrepreneur. I don't know, like the big guys that you probably look up to. I'm probably doing reasonably similar amount, but I'm not doing like crazy way more. So yeah, that's my self-reflection there. I guess there's one more point that I'll make. Like when I was poorer, back when I was making like barely scraping by, back when every month it was like a question as to whether or not I'd make more than 1,500 or 2,000 bucks. I worked a lot. I worked way harder and longer than I'm working right now, just to be abundantly clear. There's nothing that fires you up like having your back against the wall, having like an empty check or pocketbook that you look at with rent due at the end of the month. And I think it's a trade-off between like how motivated you are to work and then how effective your work is. I may work a little bit less now Like, whereas before I might have been like 14, 15, 16 hours, like literally every waking moment, just being like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. That work wasn't really always productive. In fact, a lot of the time, got an ambulance moving by. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt my recording. In fact, a lot of the time, that work was actually really subpar and really sub-effective because it was panicky work. It was like a big flurry of activity that never ended up doing anything. So now I just tend to spend my time in more, I guess, impactful ways, I would say. And yeah, doing the stuff that doesn't scale, like the responding to comments and stuff, like I just think about it as I'm massively improving the percentage likelihood that any one individual in my YouTube on my YouTube subs will buy. And I think that's probably why I have like probably the most monetized channel in the space now. Now, not before. I definitely didn't. I was just like $0 for 15K subs or something. But now at 50K subs, you know, it's like a 2 point something X per sub, right? $2.50 per sub or something. Basically, nobody else is making that much, at least in the automation agency space. Like all the big guys aren't for sure. You know, anybody with a larger sub count than me definitely isn't. So yeah, I guess it's just being a lot more directed. I have a couple guys to thank for that. The big one's Matthew Larson. He taught me a ton about monetization and just being a lot more, I want to say like straight line. Let's see, Matthew, let's do Matt Larson right here. Nope. He's probably best known for 1000X leads. This guy right over here. He's a friend of mine. He lives actually locally in Calgary. And yeah, he's just like mad crazy with the monetization, man. I've never seen anything like it. Like he has like a third of my sub count. I think probably makes like 7 times as much money or something. I mean, I'm giving you an example from way back. I don't know if he still makes as much as he does now, or maybe he makes even more. But yeah, a lot that you can learn from guys that are just like relentlessly driven to monetize for sure. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Yan. If you want to queue up a game sometime, man, just drop your, whatever it's called. Drop your ID, bro. Let's do it. I'll 1v1 you anytime. Hope that helps Brendan, and hope that helps Swabe. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Cool, so that's that. Let's do brand stats now. Let me jump over and just really quickly count up how much I've grown in the last 24. So being February the 16th, I'm going to down here and extend this. I'm currently at 49,981. So we're definitely not going to hit that during this video. Oh, I don't know what the hell happened there. 1,981 right here, which is up 322. So I mean, like mathematically, it'll be sometime the next hour. My Instagram, where's my phone? My Instagram is still going crazy. It is now at 14,888. I just lost a follower in the last like 5 seconds. So I was not 100% sure of that. 129 subscribers on the smaller community, it looks like, which is cool. Sub count do be growing. And yeah, you know what I'm really most excited about is this, the views on the right-hand side. It was a long time before I hit 300 views every 48 hours on my main channel. But obviously because I have a main channel, I can outcut it. Okay, so what am I going to do moving forward? You know, I see the potential of this like daily content production. So I got some strategy stuff I want to discuss. Obviously I talked a lot about funnels the other day. But yeah, let's talk a little bit, like this is the mad funnel that I drew yesterday, right? If you guys don't remember that, then please check it out. It's how I'm going to be constructing my Instagram moving forward. But now, if I just go strategy, let's do this. Let's make this fat. I always find that looks better. So I got a couple things I want to talk about. The first is I have a feeling that this daily update stuff is probably one of the smartest decisions that I've made in a very long time. You're not seeing the results of it yet, because outputs are a lagging indicator of inputs, but this is a lot of content. It's a lot of content and people are going to get to see that journey from the start. It's going to be very, very interesting. When people get bought into the funnel and they see me every day, you know, not to like make it too meta or whatever, but it'll really endear me. And then the likelihood that I get a conversion on this channel is just going to be so much higher as a result. So I think this is one of the smartest things I've ever done, because I'm going to consistently continue doing it every day. I want to do a few things. I want to just like structure out the intros a little bit more so that I hit like the main value prop of the reason why you might want to follow me. You I try and like streamline everything and make it as optimized as possible. I kind of figure out the structure. And then I also want better thumbnails. I love my thumbnail editor, the guy that was helping me out, but I just don't like the idea of me like posting it and then 24 hours later updating the thumbnail. I don't think that's going to scale really well. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to come up with like my own way to do thumbnails. And then I'm just going to make them distinct from the main channel's thumbnails. But that way, like when you see them on the daily updates, you're going to know it's Nick. And they're going to be like, oh, you know what? I really like listening to him. He knows his shit. So, I'm going to click. And I think this is, it's funny. Brendan was just talking about the niche of one, right? I think this is kind of like helping create a niche of one, in all honesty. Like giving myself like a unified, consistent thumbnail theme, I think is going to be really important. So yeah, let's chat it. Let me just think out loud here. I was going to do all this stuff anyway, so might as well do it in front of you. So, okay, let's start with daily updates. The first thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm just going to want to fix up the thumbnails. So basically, I need a way to create thumbnails before I publish a video. So basically, let me run you through my exact step-by-step process right now. I'll grab the OBS recording at the end of this. And I've hidden OBS from you, so you can't actually see it, but it is somewhere on my screen. But basically, if I open up the file editor here, this is the current file that is being like generated as I'm talking. This is an example of like an older file. This was, I started this video twice because I had some big thing, like a big rig drive by, and then I think I just like screwed this one up, and I wanted to make sure it was like good from the beginning. So these are two example recordings from before, right? So I'm not going to like play these. I'm going to turn this off. But okay, so I have this whole clip, right? This is the actual OBS thing. And then what I'll do is I'll take this, and I'll pump it into this service called Ophonic right over here. So I'll grab this, and then I'll drag and drop it. And then I go daily updates preset. The reason why I do this is because I set up a pipeline where when I run through this procedure, what ends up happening is I actually post the video on my YouTube. So this is my other one, and this one's now actually on my YouTube, which is right here. Hey, ooh, man, I'm loud as hell. So that's exactly where the video gets posted, right? Like just direct to my YouTube. It's posted private. So what ends up happening is I get, I end up getting it here, except it says private. So it's not actually published. Then what I do is I jump in, and unfortunately I have to like modify my template or theme every time, which takes me like 5 minutes. Then I just automatically generate the thumbnail right now. It just chooses one for me. Man, my arm's looking veiny as hell. It's crazy. And then I'll go down here and I'll actually like copy and paste tags too. I don't like doing any of this stuff, man. This takes way too long. Like I'd love it if I could just automate this process. But anyway, let's just do the thumbnails first. We'll worry about it after. I select the playlist, Nick Saraev daily updates, and then I post the thumbnail. Sorry, I don't post the thumbnail. And then what I do is the next day when I'm posting this video, I'm going to go back here. Then I'll go into the daily thumbnails folder that I set up with this guy right over here. And then I grab one of the thumbnails that he created for me. I look cute as hell. There has to be some filtering. My skin is not that smooth. Yeah, ain't no way, man. But anyway, I grab one of these and then I just drop it in. Normally he gives me a couple of variants. It looks like there's one that it's like this. There's another one that's like this. I don't know. They're cool, but again, I just want to be able to generate them on my own. So instead of this, I'm thinking what I'd do with Canva, right, is I just make my own thumbnail template. And then I just like drop my thing in, and then I just like standardize it. So I just have a quote. Okay. And I just pull out a quote from the video. And that's it. I just have a quote from the video. The quote will be like, "It's stupid I didn't think of this earlier," or something. And then I'll have little quote signs. And then maybe instead of me being front on like I am now, maybe I'd be on the side a little bit. So let me actually take a look at this. If I'm like over here, because usually when you do the thumbnails, you want to be on this side because, hold on. Yeah, you want to be on this side because if you think about it, usually YouTube will put like a tiny little like timestamp over here. So you don't actually want to cover that up with text. I kind of screw that up sometimes. So I'm just going to do it right from the get-go here. So I'm thinking I'll be like over here. Then I'll be kind of like this. or something, right? And then we'll have like a quote on the other side in, little quote signs. So I think that's good. I don't know for sure, but screw it. Let's just try it out. Like I might as well. I don't know if it's going to work. And, I just want to be abundantly clear that I just throw stuff at the wall and then see what sticks. So I'm going to put this away for a second. Okay, and then I'm going to screenshot this, which is what I just did. Now I'm just going to open this thing up. We're going to make a copy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this in. So this is me, right? Looks pretty cool. Not the most handsome I've ever been, but who knows? Maybe we'll make this work. And then I've applied some styles here. You see how like I'm brighter? So I'm actually just going to copy this style now and paste it on my little thumbnail. And I love doing all this stuff myself because I have full creative control over it, right? And also I tend to do it just way faster than anybody else. Once I have a template down. So, everybody always talks about you should delegate. Like I don't believe that when it comes to stuff like this. Like just get a good template and just rock it yourself. Okay. So yeah, I really don't like the 16 millimeter camera. Like it kind of warps my face and makes me look really girly, to be honest. That's unfortunate. I'm going to get a new camera soon. So once I have that layer down, I'll just paste it. I'm just going to like make it fit. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to the background and we just remove the background. Yes. Oh shit. This doesn't actually work. Okay, I got to grab both of these actually and just make myself, like if I'm going to do this tilt thing, I got to do it kind of like this. Oh man, that's annoying. Sorry, I screwed up a little bit. Okay, let's just, let's do this instead, okay? Then let's go. I basically need to find a way to select all these layers. How the hell do you do that? Okay, I'm just gonna tilt this. Yeah, I guess I'll just be a little sideways. That's fine. Okay, so I'm kind of snapped now, right? I'll select both of these and then I'll blow them up. I did still screw it up a little bit, but that's fine. And don't worry about this white block. I'll just get rid of it. Okay, so now I'm kind of off, right? And now what I'll do is I'll just have this here. And so, I mean, imagine seeing it say easiest thing ever, and then the title's like 50,000 YouTube subs or something. That'd be so funny, right? You'd be like, who the hell is this guy? Screw him. And then you'd listen to my pompous ass talk. It'd be really funny. Okay, and then you see I have this other layer. This is a gradient layer. I'm just going to move this so that it's kind of off to the side. And the reason why is I'm just going to make it easier to see the black text, just like this. Okay, so is this the greatest thumbnail that's ever been generated? No. But is this something that I can realistically do in like a few minutes at the end of every video? Yeah, and this is the longest it'll ever take because I just had to like manually do this. In the future, I have my little text thing. I grab a symbol quote and then I just like go off to the side and do like a funny face of the camera wearing a different shirt. Like that to me seems abundantly clear that like this is just what I need to do. It's so much easier. And then if you kind of compare it against the old thumbnails, like, these just look kind of, I don't know, mine just looks a lot more professional, I would say. I mean, maybe professional isn't the right term. I'm not a fan of some of the stylistic choices here, like the internal, was that a bevel or something? Or the internal shadow, little stuff like that. So yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I think that's just what I'm going to do. Maybe I need a different font, A different font would make it better. Right now I'm using Canvas Sans. What if I cat easiest thing ever? That looks kind of bad. You know what I could do? Right now, this is kind of spaced out, right? What if I found a way to do this? That would look better. Yeah, that would look better because now the quotes are off to the side and then they're kind of like separated from the text itself. And what if I made this a little colorful or something? Green is not the color for sure. Maybe I could just go yellow. I have some yellow in my background that might work. Yeah, I think honestly, I think that's cool. I'm probably not going to use white for the quotes. I'll probably do something else. I don't know what. Um, like, does dark work? I don't think dark would work. No, now that's just too many colors, right? You know what? I could just make all the text yellow. That might look cool. Yellow has this sort of like high-end professional filming quality. Hmm, I don't know. But yeah, this is okay. Let's just do this for now, and I'm not going to worry about like making it perfect. I'm just going to roll with it. Make my letter spacing a little bit smaller. Make this bigger. Let's make it just a little bit wider, actually. There we go. And then now, if I zoom out to like where people will see it on YouTube, it'll probably look like this, about this size. So I have my little number thing in the bottom right-hand corner. Looks good to me. Easiest thing ever, clearly distinguishable, clearly legible. Good enough for me. Picture of my face. Most people know what my face looks like in the automation space, so good enough for me. Maybe if I tilt this is going to look a little bit better. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll tilt it like 2 degrees or something. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's basically it. I'm just gonna do something like that. So it'll either be this exact template that I'll try for this video that you clicked on and I've already seen, or something that's close to it. I don't like how noisy the background is, of course, but you know what else I could do? I could use like an AI generator. I've been screwing around with AI picture of my face. Sorry, I gotta grab my own Laura. I have file AI here. Oh, geez, I don't remember if I'm with GitHub. Am I with GitHub? We got a lot going on here. But basically, I'm like AI generating, or somebody showed me how to AI generate photos of my face. So I got to grab this, which I believe is, I think it's here. I don't know for sure. I'm going to go back to this link, paste this in, and I'll say, handsome Nick Saraev standing during a sunset. I think it's this file. If I'm wrong, then I'm going to have to upload another one. We'll see. No, I think it's right. Yeah, so it's something like that. So I could do something like that as well. That looks reasonable, I guess. I need to like find a way to consistently generate pictures of myself off to one side. Also, like they don't always look like me. Like this is a little bit off. My jaw ain't that square, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to disappoint. It's pretty wild how well I did my hair though. Let's do handsome Nick's arrived standing during a sunset off-center frame. Let me see. No, it's not. Off-center to the right. Off frame. Does that work? I guess I could generate like a bunch of smaller ones of me. Here's the issue though, you're going to lose the consistency. And like, I don't really like the idea of me being AI generated all the time. Like, I'm sure I'll do it eventually, but. Okay, if you grab this and you put some text over here, would that look good? Maybe handsome Nick Saraev sitting in an office, editing off center to the right, 70% to the right. Let's do that. Maybe this is me in an office or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that one definitely doesn't look like me. But I guess I could kind of see it working. If I change the additional settings, then I make it 16 by 9, and then I run it, it'll be a little bit bigger, so it's probably going to cost me a little bit more. Apparently, it costs me about 3 cents every time I generate. Yeah, you know what? I might actually be able to make this work. Some magical editing. So then I could have Canva. Yeah, this stuff actually kind of bangs. Like that's pretty cool, man. Obviously still not me, so I'd have to like regenerate this 10 times until I get one that's like me, but if I could just like nail a prompt, I could get myself off to the side a little bit. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do, but like Do I really want to go through an additional step of AI generating my face? No, not really. Like, I'm so lazy, man. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I'd much rather. Ooh, we are getting really close to 50,000 now. Maybe we'll do it by the end of the video. Yeah, no, I'm probably not going to do that. Like, as cool as it would be, nah, man. I'm way too lazy for that shit. All right. Anyway, cool. Well, I think we like thoroughly explored what it looks like to do some thumbnails. So it sounds like what I'm going to do, my solution, is going to be. Can I draw a line? No, I can't. I'm going to use my Canva template, and my Canva template will allow me to take a screenshot like that really quickly. I'll do it just using OBS. So drop screenshot and then select quote. And obviously, this would be really cool. Like maybe I could automate it eventually. I don't know. But that'll solve my worries there. Okay, so that's that. The second thing I don't like really doing is it's currently taking me a lot of time when I like generate a new video. I have all of this stuff wrong, and then I have to like manually do it all the time. So can I optimize uploads? Yeah. Let's just explore the optimization of the uploads together. So Ophonic gives you some options when you do the upload. If I go back to presets, I can actually define the preset for the daily update. And the variety of things that you can add to this, right? So you see how it says automatic show notes and chapters? I have a summary example, chapters, introduction, common misconceptions about YouTube production, why production value matters, blah, blah, blah. What I might be able to do is I actually might be able to like automatically generate the whole description now that I'm thinking about it, if I just feed in the whole thing. So what if I were to do this instead? Summary at Nick Saraev. Maybe I like kind of instruct the AI, kind of teach it how to do it. This is an example. Your timestamps go here. And then here I'll be like, your summary goes here. Okay, we give that a try. I can actually try that on like some example footage. And then it'll go direct to my channel. Category, privacy settings. Yeah. Man, there's no like, no way to do this. It kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't see any way to like automatically do the YouTube stuff, which kind of blows. The question then becomes, how important is the, are the tags and stuff, right? Are the tags really all that important? If I just like Command F YouTube, that's about it, huh? If I go Ophonic YouTube, maybe Ophonic YouTube docs, because I actually want to see the docs from Ophonic. Okay, YouTube, external services, production, preset. That's fine. Query data. Okay, so you can export all your process audio or video files to YouTube. Wonderful. If it's audio only, we'll generate a video track from your cover image. Wow, that's pretty neat. The Ophonic title becomes a YouTube title. Oh, okay. Well, now we're talking, baby. The summary becomes a YouTube description. Cover image will be used as the YouTube video thumbnail. Tags are exported to YouTube keywords. Perfect. Oh, this is great. Okay, great. Well, I just solved my problem. Oh, man, I was not expecting this. Cool, man. That's sweet. That's totally going to save me a ton of time. Like 5 minutes a day, easy. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. Done. We got the tags in. Okay, what about the title? I can't automate the title because the title is like kind of the whole juice, right? So I need to come up with a title, man. That's fine, whatever. Well, what else we doing? You ever just do something and it just works the first time? That's crazy. Okay. A cover image. Okay, chapter marks will be shown in the YouTube timeline and clickable. What are chapter marks? Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to generate these. I can't just do them manually like this. Mm, hmm. Yeah, I can't really do that. I need to do the automatic speech recognition, which will automatically create me these. Yeah, speech data file. Okay. Well, that's fine. Whatever. So, what else do I have? A YouTube export here. So I'm just really quickly going to read a blog post, see if there's any data I'm missing here. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. All right. Well, so I can add the tags. That's cool. I'm going to try and add the automatic show notes and chapters. I certainly hope that this is going to work. But we can test it. And then the subtitle. It's just the title. Sorry. What's the subtitle again? Okay. I don't think I need the subtitle file. Yeah, I'm just seeing here that I can actually upload this on multiple services. What if I were to upload my videos automatically to some other service using Ophonic? Are there any downsides just uploading my stuff onto SoundCloud? Hmm, that's pretty cool. SoundCloud podcasting. That'd be pretty neat. I guess it's just SoundCloud and YouTube. Oh, it's 2012? This is back in 2012? Oh, I gotta check the services now. That's probably way more. YouTube, Spreaker, Libsyn, Blueberry, SoundCloud, Captivate, Podbean, Let's Cast, Podlove, Buzzsprout, Podcaster, Squadcast, Hindenburg, Audition, Premiere. Don't know 99% of these are. I know YouTube and SoundCloud, so no, that is probably not going to yield me any juice there. But okay, yeah, why don't we try this now? Okay, so I have my thing. Maybe I should say like insert title here. Just like trigger it, you know? Okay, I'm going to save this preset now, and I'm actually going to upload one of my clips to it. So why don't we go back and we'll do a fast clip, just one of those like broken ones that I did earlier. Okay, that looks good. Let's drop this puppy in. Then we'll go daily updates, start production. And then the upload's going to be really quick, which is nice. And from here, I should be able to determine whether or not this will go to my YouTube. If the answer to that is yes, then holy, I will have saved myself a lot of time today. And then I'm also thinking about like, yeah, what kind of workflow could I do to like make this even faster and lower requirement for higher production value, you know? So normally it takes like 10 minutes to do this. Now it's already at speech recognition, so it's already like 90% of the way done, to be honest, which is pretty cool. So let me just exit out of these tabs while I'm waiting. No AI generated images for yours truly, unfortunately. While that's working, it'll now upload while it's speech recognizing, it'll now upload it to YouTube. Okay, great. We have the file on YouTube now. So I'm going to go back to my other channel analytics here. Refresh this. We should have a video. We do have the title with insert title here. That's cool. Okay. This looks like my example. I don't like how it added stars. Man, why did I have to go and add stars? Yeah, why did you have to go and add stars? Do you think I'll be able to do, maybe I'll be able to do this without the stars. This is perfect. This is what I want. Right? It obviously feeds in the title somehow. So this is what I want. And then this is good. This fixed. Wait a second. Oh no, it's not. It's not good actually. It edits all the text. That's not good. Do these links even work? These links probably don't even work. No, they work. They work. Yeah, I can't handle the variability there. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Can I go back to the preset? Then go edit and then add all of this stuff here. Then summary. Can I do this? maybe this way I'll keep it as the same or something. Sometimes you just got to get your hands dirty and give it a try, right? If I could do this, then it means that I'm not going to have a team, or I'll be able to push off me getting a team for that much longer, which is important for me. I really don't want to have a team because I hate human beings. Now, the reason why is because I don't want to have to deal with the back and forth. My thumbnails here are a very good example. I don't really like having to deal with the back and forth of waiting for somebody to finish something that I could do in just in a couple of additional minutes, right? Not perfect as we see, but also not terrible. I think, I can do it with the slight little canter like this, the cant or whatever. Slant, sorry. But I can't do the same thing with my own face. Like if I'm going to do the slant, I got to be like this. I got to be pretty straight up. And then, obviously I got to make sure not to expose the green stuff in the background. Maybe instead of green, I could do something different, Because I like the green. The green's nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely not going to screw around with that. Okay, this is done again. Let's go back here. Refresh this one more time. Insert title here. Cool. Right, no, you can't have these characters, so YouTube just automatically remove them. Okay, you know what? It worked. They automatically insert chapters at the very end of your description. So great, I've actually done my description too. Cool. So what have I done here? I've optimized my description. So I've basically automated description. Wonderful, which is like fantastic. Automated, gotta check the tags actually. Let me just double check the tags are good. Yes. Automated tags. I love little stuff like this. What else did I automate? Oh yeah. Yeah, well I guess the description and the chapter headings are kind of one and the same, right? Basically the same thing. Yeah, so that's basically what I do every time. I just have to go and I have to re-drag drop this. I have to come up with the title, obviously, but I'll just come up with the title while I'm talking. Like while I'm talking, I'll just think like, that was a pretty cool line. And then I'm just going to copy and paste that line in later. This looks good. And then, yeah, I don't really have to set any of this stuff. I think it's just automatic. I wish I could automatically say no to altered content and do all the rest of the settings, but no. Looks good to me. Looks really good to me. I'm very hopeful for the daily updates. So that's the, that's like the high level stuff. Let's do one more thing. Now let's actually get down to the nitty gritty, which is how should I structure the intros for this stuff? Because, we should also do some sort of CTA at the end. Why? Because I'm going to be making this stuff anyway, right? I'm going to be doing it every single day for the next year. At least that's the idea. If I don't, then I'll eat a shoe. A very small shoe. If I'm going to be doing this every day for the rest of the year, and if I can make a change at the very beginning that costs me 15 minutes to implement, but then improves the effectiveness of every video by 10% or something. If you just think about the growth there with compounding and network effects and stuff, like me spending a few moments right now to figure out what the introduction of the content's going to look like could actually save me or make me, 1.1 times my effort over the course of the next year. I think that's worth 10 minutes. I'm going to be spending every day doing this. It's 20, 30 minutes a day, realistically. Right? So hopefully you guys see where I'm coming from with this. This is one of those really, this is one of those really early sort of things that you can do to steer a ship. Again, if I just use my lovely graph analogies, because y'all know I really love those things. If this is the beginning, okay, this is 0, and then this is 1, this is 2, this is whatever. We're right over here, right? And basically, I have the ability to set the angle right now at the very beginning of where I want to go. And look at how much work I have to do to set the angle here. The amount of work that I have to do to push this puppy up a couple inches or a couple degrees is so low. It's like nothing. Contrast that if I'm all the way over here and I'm trying to get the angle up higher. I have to push so hard. It's so much work. It's unbelievable. So what am I really trying to do? Imagine if I'm going to go like this, if that's me without doing this, all I want to do is I just want to I want to pump this up just a tiny bit so that, if I'm at like t equals 0 right now, and I spend that 10 minutes, by the time I'm at t equals 3, which might be 3 months or something, look at the gap that's developed between these two approaches. And all it took was 10 extra minutes at the very beginning. So I look for opportunities to do this. This is just another form of leverage. I look for opportunities to do this. If I could like push up the trajectory really early, then I'm obviously, the thing that actually matters is just the area under this graph. Obviously, I'm going to get a lot more at the end of it all, right? So yeah, I guess that's my mindset behind all this stuff, if I'm honest. I'm just trying to deconstruct why I think that all this is so important. Okay, so what do we know about good intros for content? Well, I'll just put this over here. You know how Alex Hormozy does the proof promise plan? So he goes proof like this. He goes promise. I was just explaining this to one of my friends that just started a YouTube channel. He got like 130 subs in like a month and a half or something. He's not in a very easily monetizable niche, so it's a lot harder for him to get up and running. But proof promise plan is the way to go, I think. Some variation of it. So basically what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I can only develop the title of the content looking back, at least for this sort of content. So I'm not going to be able to optimize the title. Normally what you do is you say the title basically within the first like 5 seconds. If your title is how to self-host an N8N, you're like, hey, here's how to self-host an N8N, right? You always start with the thing so that you kind of confirm the people that just clicked on the thing. They know exactly what they're getting. They don't make any assumptions, right? They know exactly what they're getting, kind of verifies, hey, I clicked on the right video. So normally you say that. And then after, you say some piece of proof that makes you worthy to listen to. So, here's how to self-host an N8N. I've been developing on this platform for the last 15 years. I'm doing X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. I've made over $3 million with it. And this is by far the easiest way to self-host. So voila, you have your proof, okay? Then you give them a promise. You say, by the end of this video, you're going to know how to self-host in 6 different ways. That's a promise. And then the plan is, you say, I'm actually going to walk you through it live, step by step. I'm going to show you my screen. I'm going to walk through every single thing, including like payments, card information, how much it costs, everything. And it's going to take you just 15 minutes. That's what I'd consider a really good plan. That's basically how it breaks down. And then obviously you have some like editing magic that like puts the plan on the screen and like little check marks and stuff like that. Then you kind of return to the plan as you do the video. The idea there is there's some sort of like back to, I should really incorporate this in my own content. The idea is you then kind of go back to the beginning every time, which is nice. So it gives people this feeling of finality and like almost like a story, right? Because human beings love stories. So I can't just come up with a video idea like the title, right? That doesn't really make sense. But what I can do is this channel is called Nick Saraev Daily Updates, right? So because it's daily updates, the idea is, instead of me trying to restate the title at the very beginning, so I guess it's actually title, then proof promise plan. Instead of me trying to restate the title, what I can do is I could just give like a quick one-liner for what it is that I'm trying to do or what this is. And then I could talk about the proof. Then I could talk about the promise. Then I could talk about the plan. So that's more or less where I'm at right now. What I'm doing is I'm saying, like at the moment, I'm saying, hey, I just made 128K in profit, which is proof. My goal is to hit our 67K. So there's no real promise in there, to be honest. This is a day-by-day breakdown of how I'm doing it. That's the promise. So we have a proof with 128K a month, which is good. This is great, right? Social proof. How many people make that much money? Like point whatever % of human beings. So boom, I got the social proof for this to matter. Promise being, this is a day-by-day breakdown of how I'm doing it. So like what? You're going to see a day-by-day breakdown of how I'm doing it. This is weak right now. So this is what I'm really going to fix. And then plan, I'm not really going to have, I guess I could do a plan and say, I'm going to start by doing Q&A. Then I'm going to show you growth. And then finally, I'm going to strategize how I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. That's actually not bad. And what I could do is at the beginning of every one of these videos, like right as I'm recording, I could spend 10 seconds sketching out my check mark, my roadmap, right? So here's the roadmap for today. Q&A, done. Growth, done. And then strategies. And then I'll have like 2 or 3 line items for strategies. That's cool. That's cool. That'll make my content a lot better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, that's fantastic. Why don't we then think so I can't do the title. Okay, you know what? I guess I could do the titles. You know what I could say? "Hey, it's hey, it's a daily update," or something. I could say, "Hey, it's a daily update." "Hey, this is a daily update." So now you know that you're clicking on a Nick Saraev daily update. You have some sort of recognition that this is some ongoing thing, but it's not intimidating to new viewers when they jump in and they see it for the first time. "Hey, this is a Nick Saraev daily update." It's not the best. It's not the worst. Nick Saraev daily update. It's a Nick Saraev daily update. Is that the best? Hmm. I could say when I do the plan before I do the recording, I could say, so let's say today I'm going to talk about, what am I talking about right now? Content, I guess like content strategy, YouTube, Instagram. So I could do this at the beginning of every video. Hey, it's a daily update. We're going to be talking about content strategy, YouTube, Instagram, a couple other things. I made 128K last month. My goal is to hit 167K a month. And over the next few minutes, you're going to get the play-by-play of exactly how I'm doing it, no gatekeeping. I think I should press on the no gatekeeping part. I think that makes sense to me. People always talk about how great it is that I don't gatekeep. I just show everything. So I should probably press on it. Okay, so I'm obviously going to have to do a little bit more thinking. And I don't want to just, experiment with 30 approaches here because this video is already getting pretty long and I got to do a bunch more stuff. But this is probably where it's all going. So don't be surprised if on a future daily update you see something that's this exact structure. I will have spent a few minutes thinking about it, and just trying to steer myself in the right direction. Okay, great. So that's the strategy on that front. I talked about my funnel. I think there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Hmm. I know that I have to make some progress with the templates because I've really been dragging my feet on this again. I really have. I think I just have to make this a priority. Maybe record to the exclusion of some other stuff I'm doing. I don't know. So I know that I have to do templates. We talked about this a week ago. And I also still have to record another 6 videos for YouTube over the course of the next 4 days. We ain't looking too good. I'll record one today called 9 Years of Business Advice in 29 Minutes. Well, maybe not 29 minutes, however many minutes it ends up being. So I'll do an edit. This is one of those weird situations where I'm going to have to record the video. I'm going to plop it all into Premiere Pro, and then I'm going to have to check out how much time it is. I'm going to be like, I got 29 minutes, I'll get plus 30, so all right, 30 minutes. And then I'll say, hey, here's 9 years of business advice in 30 minutes from someone that started their first business in college and now makes $128,000 a month in profit. I'm going to grab my teleprompter and I'll just script this and I'll see how that goes. I have a whole story that I'm giving people, a real story about how I started my very first few businesses and how I failed and succeeded and whatever. Then I have a bunch of my principles that I'm going to give. This is what I consider top of funnel content. I don't have high hopes that it'll do well, but yeah, we'll see. On top of that, I'm going to do a video called however many minutes of straight of AI automation advice. Very similar idea. I'm trying to go viral here with this stuff, by the way. I don't have high hopes that it'll work, but this is how you go viral. You have mad top of funnel content. That's however many minutes straight of this. And then I'm just going to go through top to bottom, explain that. So I do have 2 of my videos done. I tried getting ChatGPT to help me with this. Didn't work very well. But another one will be how I learned AI automation when I was 18 again. I know for sure I'm going to create a content generator. That's going to be video number 4. Where's Excalibur? Because I actually have all this here, right? So I did this. This is kind of what I promised myself I would do. I need a content generator idea actually, so maybe I should come up with one. Let's see. Maybe I'll do how I built this I'll just grab the highest price I've ever sold this thing for. For now, I'm just going to say 3,945 content generator in N8N. No code free template. Let me just use the YouTube title tracker and paste that puppy in. That's really long. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to be using a thousands character, so it's going to be the same distance. Content generator, prints, money, free template. Ooh, man, that's 2 characters over. How the hell am I going to figure this out? Okay, maybe I go this blank content generator prints money, free template. Maybe I should go like this content generator agent prints money. I don't know. It'll be something like this. I don't know. Prints money. Like, are people going to get it? Not entirely sure. But anyway, that's going to be video number 5, I believe. I said 5, didn't I? So yeah, that was 1. It's going to be 2, 3, 4. I got a couple more. So basically tonight, Sunday, I'm going to have to draft, I'm going to have to record 1, which I think is going to be my 9 years of business advice in 29 minutes. Then I'm going to record, I'm going to outline another 1. Then I think on Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to record 2. And I'm just going to record 2 a day until I basically make it through. So 1 tonight, 1 on the 17th, 2 on the 17th, that'll be 3. 2 on the 18th, that'll be 5. 2 on the 19th, that'll be 7. Maybe I'll do 6. Anyway, I'm still obviously working this out, but yeah, that's where I'm at with the content stuff. That's where I'm at with today's daily update, and hope you guys enjoyed this rather rambly on video. If you guys have any questions or you guys want me to answer something during the QA period tomorrow, just let me know. Drop it down below, and I'm happy to do so. Cheers, and hope you guys enjoy the totally cool thumbnail.